Well, I think that it's not an existing thing. I mean, biologically, anatomically, you can be human, but spiritually, is if you belong to the human race, then you are human. You know, that's a proposition. That's an action. Belonging is something that should happen naturally to you, and anything that you do against it moves you away from it. If you think you don't belong to anything or any one person, that they're different to you, you are moving away. It's not that the person is different from you. You are deciding to move away. So that's humanity for me.
I don't know. Human, yeah. I mean, it's what he said. I think we're all human, but some people behave inhumanly by being cruel and by dehumanizing other people. That's what makes you less human. Is when you try to create a situation where you dehumanize others for your own particular means. That's dehumanizing yourself.
What have you learned from the creature, and what have you learned from Victor?
You know, I think that you learn from both. I don't think you learn one thing from one and another from the other. They are so fused in my mind. Like what is very moving from them for me is they both need each other. They just don't realize it. Victor needs the creature so much that he thinks it is disposable. That happens in relationships. The person that you are thinking of disposing of may be the very essence of your soul, and sometimes you find out too late. So the fact that he finds on the edge of death is extremely moving. But that's the lesson you learn from that yin and yang. He wants it.
Yeah, that they're one and the same. I think that was a real discovery. They're the same being, elements of one thing. And that, he's been trying to reject a whole part of himself, which is an impossibility.
I think both of them teach you to let go, to relinquish your grip, to accept and to forgive and to love in spite of, because they both go about it different ways. But that scene in the cabin, they both have to do the same thing in that scene. And it is forgiveness, but it's also just kind of accepting that it is.
And very differently.
In a different way, but it has the same effect in them. It allows one of them to pass, to let go and go away, and it allows one of them to go into isolation and let go. But I think it's the same lesson.
If you could ask anything to the creature after this whole process, the three of you, what would you ask the creature?
I am very intrigued about what happens next, and I don't have an answer. So I would like to meet him now and say, how's it been going for 200 years? Because it really, the dream I have repeatedly, the nightmare I have repeatedly, only conceptually, is I think, what if I'm in my deathbed and I can't die? I've had it since I was a kid, and it's such a nightmare for me to keep living. It's very Mexican, I understand, but I would ask, how the hell have you managed?
There was something interesting in the script that it's kind of touched on now, but the idea that he has memories from the different parts of the body that have been put together, that there's memories. I would ask probably more about those.
So Frankenstein has always been a story about the creator and its creature. Yeah. And today we live in a world where we are creating with AI. How does Frankenstein apply to today's world?
I think that AI thinks itself to be extremely important. That's a very different equation. That's the arrogance in there. I understand it on engineering, I may understand it on chemistry, I may understand it in architecture, mathematics, calculations, but in all the other areas, it's like somebody wandered into a party that was not invited and soiled himself in the middle of the ballroom and still wants to be applauded. So any other area that is not about permutation of data, I don't understand, nor do I fear it, nor do I have much more things to say about that poor soiled, uninvited person in the party.
What would you guys like for people to, think or feel once they have seen the movie?
I think, well, from my feeling of the way that people have consumed this movie so far, I feel a great respect from the audience for the handcrafted nature of the film. I think people that don't even understand sort of how the film was made know that it was made by artists and artisans with their hands for them. And I feel like there's this great relationship that can happen between the film and the audience. And it's something that we don't have happen too often now in cinemas. So I don't want them to feel something. I'm just grateful to them for feeling the way that it seems that they do feel about the film, and for what they've noticed, the nuance and the little things that they've noticed in the film. I'm really grateful for.
Is the creatures and Victor's story the exact same length?
Well, in terms of pages, they are. I mean, because the last third fuses both of them. But we were very, very carefully constructing the movie so that the movie opens with the creature in the first 10 minutes. So you have it there already in the opening. It doesn't start when it's created. Then he rises from the water. He goes to the cabin and says, I'm going to tell you my story. And in between those steps, you see his creation. So the structure of the screenplay is extremely calculated. And is to basically give you 50-50, yes.
En el canal de YouTube del Tiempo encontrarán noticias de Colombia y el mundo. También series originales, documentales y reportes de nuestros corresponsales. Suscríbase y active la campanita.